Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and this is another episode of Another Code R, a journey into lost memories and or proving that we didn't break into the storeroom first, and we didn't steal stuff, the game, the movie, the book adaptation of the film of the game. And that's a nice summary of what we've just been doing. I canned asparagus? What the fuck? Honestly, I don't remember. Okay, thanks for that invaluable input there, Ashley. I don't remember what the solution here is, because we need to prove that it wasn't us that's been stealing the food. But, yeah, she said crisp and not chip. I don't know how we'd go about doing that. I don't know. Go all Phoenix Wright and say, hey asshole, get a DNA test on this bottle because it wasn't us. Oh, sure, oh, there we go. It's important now. Well, I mean, the handprint doesn't match, so I'm surprised that actually fits. And beef jerky, it's on the floor, it's ground beef. Can I show you that bottle? Because... well, you didn't pick it up, but... you didn't pick it up, numbnuts! You ding-dong. Pick it up, woman! You just said it matters, so why don't you... why did that take two... Ashley! You floppy dildo! Why? And why is she not leaving more handprints on it by doing that? But we've established that the handprint is small and we are not small. So there we go. You see, why did you doubt me? Oh, for fuck's sake. How about the fact that I literally only just got here, so I can't be your consistent thief? Did you consider that? Yeah, we found the charcoal. Not that that matters at the moment. Flour. Bags. Is the beef jerky some sort of proof? Are we, like, allergic to beef or something? I apologise for not knowing what to do here, because normally the game's slow-paced because it's slow-paced. At this point, it's slow-paced because I don't remember what to do. Hair. Oh, duh, the footprints! I am an absolute banana. Well, I mean, yours are in there as well, but... what, do I have to specifically point out the dog and the tiny footprints? Wow, Ashley, just fuckety wow. This really is your day, isn't it? Also, I should probably hold the wheel remote close to the microphone. By the way, I fully anticipate having to change the batteries partway through this recording session, but I'm getting the most life out of these batteries as I can, goddammit, because I have replacements, I just don't have a charger with me. I've been meaning to get one, but I just haven't. Even though I've been in the vicinity of a charger selling shop, I've just never actually... I'm useless like that. There we go, we've finally proved it wasn't us, despite the fact that why would we be consistently stealing food when we literally got here less than an hour ago, in in-game time anyway. Probably he climbed in through the... well, he can't climb in through the window because of the footprints, but... well, maybe he has a TAS as well, except he... well, maybe he has a card key then. So he might have stolen... I mean, if he's willing to steal food, there's no reason why he wouldn't steal a card key card, kickity-cuckity. Anyway, this little side thing, this little quest to get charcoal, is just to teach us, hey, idiot, there's a side plot thread involving a thieving child, and also you have a task that can open digital locks. Do we have the charcoal, or am I gonna have to go back and... why is it a surprise to you when someone opens that door? And do I have to click on this charcoal 5 times and then do a little somersault and then recite the Lord's Prayer in Old English backwards twice before you'll give me the charcoal? Because apparently Ashley needs a lot of convincing before she'll do the damn thing. But finally, we have the charcoal. About bloody time. And you know what, Ashley? To be fair, this is a really bad way of thinking, but she can use the TAS to break into the storeroom and steal shit. And now that she's convinced him that she didn't steal anything, she could now do so scot-free and completely blame it on the child. So... Also, I didn't read all of that, but why would they want to burn down the guest house? I'm waiting for the game to give me some sort of audio response. Like, the game isn't going to reply to me because it's not sentient, and even if it could, I wouldn't be able to hear it unless it came through the Wii remote. That is not a natural thing for a teenager to say. Hey, they burned down this old house. I'm pissed off about that, because I liked that house. Why? It was a mankindian blemish upon the natural landscape. Oh, yay, photos, they're a game mechanic. So let's see the thing. Can we plagiarize it for ourselves? Photo is another mechanic this game has in common with Life is Strange, but it's nowhere near as big of a deal in this game. And the Wii remote just rumbled. Don't know if you heard that. But yay, we're having yet another flashback. Have we been into that villa before? Who would live in a house like this? Yum yum. Also, it only just now hit me that that flower on her shirt is cupping her boob. Lovely. So what are you remembering then? You remember the house. That's it. Okay. Such valuable insight into the inner workings of your mind. And there it is. Wumbling remote. That's just something you're going to have to get used to. Where she goes into one of her reveries, and then a character has to shout her out of it, and can we leave the shop on our first try this time? I'm guessing no. I was wrong, and I'm happy about this. And for some reason, that burp tasted of curry micronoodles, which I have not had for a very long time. I don't remember when I last had them, but I suppose it's because I had Singapore noodles with dinner. So, oh yeah, we don't need to keycard the campsite gate anymore. And I suppose I could have gone off to one side and spoken to Ranger Maxwell, but... Oh, what happened? What's happened now? Oh, he's just coming out to meet us. Don't want to make this take even longer. Hello, with your trouser arse in front of the camera. Oh, for fuck's sake, Richard. You are really not making a good impression here, are you? So that's very true. Gina. Ooh, just a little bit. And I did misread that as she'd come to keep you cosplay. And that's not the point of... The barbecue was supposed to be for you to bond with your daughter, not for your daughter to bond with Gina G. Okay, so the DAS and the TAS are to remain secret. Despite the fact that I could pause the game at any time and just... That would be Ashley whipping out the DAS in front of someone and... Oh yeah, sneaky trouser leg potato. Heard all that about the DAS and the TAS, or at least they've heard the name. But not what they are. And that was slightly creepy. I looked away just to see how long I've been recording. I looked back and Arsehole McGee is gone. But I actually don't know whether they've been pronouncing it DAS and TAS or DAS and TAS, but considering the way that the letters flow into each other pronounce-wise, it just sounds better to say DAS and TAS. Are you gonna meet her and then have some sort of intense flashback sequence? I feel for you here, Ashley, because I do feel like her father is well-meaning, he's just a bit stupid. And I believe this is how they end every chapter, yes. And this is actually a genuine thing. It does seem like a game mechanic, but now, we're going to take all the flashbacks that we saw and review them. And that is an important thing. It's the reason why dream diaries work. If you have a sudden flashback, then keep going over the facts in your head. If you experience amnesia, keep going over what you know in your head, and then that'll more pressingly lock it into place. And what does he send with the invitation? The upgraded DAS. It says this little quiz section. Of course, there are wrong answers. And that includes events of this chapter and the flashback sequences. So, it is a nice little summary of what has happened in this chapter as well. And so I think it's good, because obviously, because how long this game is, well, that was as close to the gate as we could get anyway. Because Richard was here but inside, and Jessica is at home. Because this game, it would be unwise to play it all in one single sitting, because of how much text there is, you'd be here for ages. And so it's nice to have these little review things to remind you of the story so far. And also, as I said, it makes sense because this is a game about memory, and this is Ashley's story, and she wants to cement it in her mind to work out, to piece together what's going on, and remember. She wants to hold on to her memories, and this is an important step in doing that, especially because she's experiencing these flashbacks, and so she's... Are we talking about the first time or the second time? Well, she mentioned charcoal, so I'm assuming we're talking about the second time. In which case, we see the guy with our teddy bear. So racist. Now, that implies that either the boy has our bag now, or whoever stole our bag dropped it, abandoned it somewhere, and he just took the teddy bear because he liked it or something. And here we go. This is part 2 of the review, where we look at the flashbacks that we've had. And... Oh, I didn't see which... I think she mentioned the music player, like, judging by the pose and how she's dressed, and the angle of the we can rule that out because of the angle of the picture. This one, I think we can also rule out because of her formal dress. I didn't actually read the question, in fairness. So, there are wrong answers with here, and if I got it wrong, then that's just me showing off how to get it wrong, but no, my pride won't let me get it wrong. It's funny how, in the other 2 flashbacks, we saw Ashley in the flashback holding her hand as well, but in that one we didn't. So that one was from the first person, and the other 2 weren't somehow, which makes little sense. And, of course, I could end the episode here, and then just have a really jankily put together compilation of Chapter 1 of this game. But no, I'm doing half-hour episodes because apparently I hate myself that much to sit through that much in editing. Oh yeah, I have to save, and you can see how I've been saving the game so far, iteratively. So I can have something to jump back to if the recording fails. Heaven forbid. But it is good that it saves between chapters, so... Well, I mean, lots of games that have chapters do that anyway, so never mind. Anyway, we're back here at the campsite, one reverie later. And Chapter 2 intro, reminding us of Chapter 1. That was going to be a burp, and then it turned into a weird choke noise. Ah yes, we're waiting for Gina G. I do love these chapter intro thingies. They're as I said, just pay attention to them because they are really cool, and they do something really subtle as it progresses. It could perhaps even be one of those subtle things where the first letter of every chapter title spells out something, or it could be something completely different. I would say I don't know, but I do know, and... Well, hello there, Edward Cullen. No, I am not Stephanie Meyer, or that other one. I do not live in the town of Spoons. Well, that just seems suspicious. Because there was someone dressed in black who overheard the conversation about the barbecue, so it stands to reason that you could be someone unrelated to anything. And you could have just assassinated her and come in her place, so... Yeah. I'm just saying, as in every scenario where it's somewhere rural and a bit campsitey, i.e., just like Gravity Falls, trust no one, no matter how attractive they are. Anyway, at least tell us your arse name, you owe us that much. Well, you do seem incredibly suspicious, I mean... Are you the guy in the suit that Sans warned us about? Oh, that reminds me, actually. Today, which is Sunday, the last of January, the day before this goes up, a good friend of mine, the Star Jar, I call her Exelda, she's started doing a webcomic sort of thing where she's calling it Under Universe, where it's Undertale, but mixed with Steven Universe, and it is so cool. It is, I implore you to check that out, if you're not her. Because she knows about it, because she's the one making it. But still, that is a thing that I highly recommend. Especially if you're into Undertale and Steven Universe. Anyway, Ryan Gry. Your name is nearly a palindrome, but it's like messed up or something. But you can tell he's going to be an important character because we see his name. Are you going to be our Flowey? Will you stop vibrating? That sounds great out of context. Okay, we've had this nice lengthy chat with him, and now all of a sudden, it's taken her, 5 minutes to have this flashback? Well, maybe not 5 minutes. I have a really shit grasp of time, even when I have a timer right there. But we've seen it before. It's funny, because it's been 13 years since you formed any of these memories, so how would you recognize him? He's going to have changed between then and now. With your boob flower holder. Flower boob holder. Also, I keep thinking he reminds me of a bird, but no. I'm looking at him thinking, his name's Ryan, and his surname begins with G, therefore, Ryan Gosling. Gosling is baby goose. I think? Yeah, because cygnets are baby swans. I never get those mixed up, but it's something that I'm afraid that I might one day get mixed up. Because clearly, my knowledge of waterfowl is paramount to my continued existence. And he's trying to play it all cool and shit. Yum yum. And I was talking to SuperAlex641 about this series, because this didn't seem like the sort of thing that he'd want to watch on my channel, but I mean apparently he is, and so if you're still watching, hi. I asked him what he felt about this game, and he said that the only thing that he found noteworthy was Ashley's eyes are a bit big. Okay. I hadn't noticed, and it didn't bother me until he said that, but now everyone else has these really narrow eyes, which is funny, because Ashley is the one that's half Japanese, everyone else is some sort of Western. And there we go. He's talking about the hippocampus. I beat you to this. I discussed this in the previous episode, so shut your fuck, Ryan Gosling. Just eat your cereal, okay? I swear this isn't how I learned those facts that I babbled in the previous episode. This just corroborates what I was saying. So, you're a fine one to talk about ambiguous, unreliable memories. Why do I say that? I don't know. That in itself is based on an ambiguous, unreliable memory, because, as I've said, I've not played this game for several years. Now, I do remember, I don't know if I've mentioned this in this series yet, but when they first advertised this game, they showed a section on TV, and I'll point out the section that they showed when we get to it, but it's not going to be for a while yet. But it was advertised as a point-and-click puzzle adventure visual novel sort of thing. And I said it looked vaguely interesting. And my father misheard me and thought I was talking derisively about the game, and he agreed, and I said, no, I think it looks decent, and it was a bit awkward. Another burp. Another one. Another one, and so on. In fact, I still have the box for it, but it's just out of my reach. I believe I bought it for £8 from a shop that no longer exists. But anyway, I'm rambling incessantly all over yet another one of these half-hour-long conversations. As you can tell by how suave and obviously evil this guy is, well, he isn't obviously evil, he's just ominous, because he's dressed in dark, he's acting suspiciously, you're supposed to think he's evil, and I'm not going to comment on whether you're right to do that or not. And how could you be 16 and have never heard the term flashback before? Oh, come on, Ryan, you're being a bit patronising. And, well, given that she's having the tame stuff drip-fed to her through flashbacks, she won't have remembered anything that happened here, and so she won't have associated the memories here with the murder of her mother, so clearly there's a missing link here. Also, is the A button too loud? Because I'm having to hold the Wii remote near the microphone just in case it makes a noise, and it's occurred to me that I can hear the A button through my headphones, but there's nothing coming through the headphones, so... Anyway, sort of telling us stuff that we already know, but from the perspective of someone on the inside, as it were. Opportunity? How dare you talk about a death like it's an opportunity, although that is what it is to someone like him, I suppose, unless I completely misread the text. Still, this ominous individual could indeed be of use to us, so whether we become friends or not, we can at least play him for a fool to try and get as much information out of him as possible. Now, Mr. Charcoal Grey, Mr. Ryan Gosling, Mr. Soup Spoon. There we go. I don't want to see you preparing your meat and vegetables, sir. But I did say I recall there being a barbecue puzzle sort of thing. And I would ask, have I ever told the story of barbecue pie? But no, I haven't. So, yeah, charcoal up. I don't remember the full story, in all honesty, because it didn't happen to me. I was just told it. It was to. Oh, we haven't even. The matches are there. We just didn't pick them up in the last episode, even though I said we needed to. I was told this second-handly or something. So, I believe it's a sister-in-law. We're gonna need that. Pick it up, you asshole. Lighter fluid? Nope, that's water. We're gonna need lighter fluid for something, I think. Also, do we need one of these? Anyway, so, by way of a family member who has no business being a member of our family, the child that he had with her at some point said something about, I think what he was trying to say, because he was really young at the time, what he was trying to say was little black fly, but it came out as barbecue pie, and that kind of became a thing for a little while, but this was a whole load of years ago, and I could go into more detail about that, but there are some things about that entire setup that probably shouldn't be said out of respect for the people involved, because tragedy has kind of befallen that entire branch of the family. And check inside the briefcase. Just check inside the briefcase. Just that way you'll know if you can trust him or not. Anyway, why aren't you taking the cardboard flap? We need it. Or are you just going to rely on the matches? It's not going to be enough, you know. That's not how charcoal works. We can't do this yet. So look, there's nothing to light up. Please tell me you're going to realise the folly of your ways soon. Because this is something of an not ominous, I'll just hold it against my face. A section of the game that I think is some kind of infamous anyway, because we don't have any kindling. We can't light the thing yet. Please tell me you realise this. Thank you. Now, can we get I swear there's an element involving lighter fluid or something as well, but then again, I remember... Take the fucking... Do I have to ask him? Do I have to swallow my pride and ask him for assistance? Ashley, you absolute ding-dong. We just tried that. Ashley, you are as bad as your father. You gonna say the same thing again? Well, we can't, because Ashley's hopeless. Hey. Game, what do you... What? What? That didn't look like kindling. That looked like an empty bit of the barbecue pit that didn't have anything in it. Game. Okay, this is the point where we need the cardboard flap. I apologise for misremembering that, but to be fair, the game seriously made it... Now you think it might be useful. The game made it look like there was... Like, it's not just me, is it? That looked like an empty patch of barbecue tray or whatever it's called. We'll just have to fan the flames with the thing. Maybe this bit is infamous, maybe not, and it was just me remembering that the game is kind of awkward, but I swear that didn't even look like... Anyway, we have to flap the Wii remote anyway, that's the puzzle here. Can I say anyway a few more times, please? I did it again! I'm going to edit it out, but I said it again. Did I mention that I say but a lot as well? Like, out of context, with no meaning, just to link two thoughts together, even though that's not the word you should use to link thoughts together, because the conjunction has no meaning in that context. And I edit it out of the commentary, because I do that. I'll say something, and then awkward pause, or anyway, or but, and yes, but, that sort of thing. And it's so annoying, like, you people probably don't mind. But I listen to it back in editing, I think, what the fuck is this shit? Why do you say these little... why do you take words, use them as particles, and treat them as non-words, and... And the idea of burning the cardboard flap, that doesn't help matters either, because you do end up using it as fuel, but just not at the time that I thought. Frustration of all flavours. Oh, my flavours, we're having kebabs. So, this isn't awkward at all. Can I use the task to scan my food? Can I Google my food? Can I Snapchat the barbecue? Can I Instagram the... Oh, right, no, this is before the age of Instagram, never mind. We don't look like Sayoko, we've got white hair. For fuck's sake, I just said that. Apparently she had abnormally large eyes as well, so... Despite the stereotypes about Japan and Southeast Asia, she's got anime eyes rather than the narrow eyes which everyone in the West in this game has. Wow, you're just gonna rattle off all the things we can talk to you about. Good grieful. Are we gonna pursue those things that we just brought up, or... Well, are we gonna get to ask you about the green things, or nah? Okay, apparently, yeah. I don't know when to end this episode, because I'm gonna cut a little bit of that dummery with the barbecue out. But I don't know how much time I have left. Do you like barbecues? That's a weird thing for a stranger to ask you. And there was that one time, on my other channel, I host an online song contest. And I'm not going to go into too much detail about that, but a couple of years ago, my mother sent the song Explosions by Ellie Goulding. And she was considering sending it to the contest. And one day, I was talking to her, just in the kitchen. Well, actually, she was just outside the kitchen having a cigarette at the time. But she, with no context, I come downstairs, have a cup of tea, and, like, she looks at me from outside, and she just, like, she catches my eye and says, "Do you like explosions?" Like, not actually that ominously, but it seemed ominous out of context. Anyway. Okay, that was a sincere anyway. Can I wrap this up sometime soon, or... Nope, we're gonna talk about Sayoko, and I really, really fancy having some cheese right now, but I didn't buy any! Well done, Tess! There we go, another reference to MJ Labs. Michael Jackson Laboratories. And it could stand for something else, like, I don't think they tell you what it stands for, but... Oh yeah, the idea that I had during editing the last episode, I thought maybe MJ stands for something like memory jog, because clearly they and JC Valley deal in the same sort of science, although they all seem to be aperture science sort of science places. You can never forget Sayoko? Why, did she use her magic voodoo and other technology to permanently burn an image of her in your mind? Because there's a bit of a difference between remembering someone very well and never being able to forget them, to be fair. Well, surely you should have learned that in school before trying to become a scientist. Just a thought. Wow, you sound like me talking about Tristan. And none of it's even sycophancy or sycophancy? I sincerely mean what I say about Tristan. He is incredible and amazing and stuff. If you don't know who Tristan is, he's an author. I have other videos detailing my sheer fandom for him, so I'll spare you that lecture. And I think this conversation's coming towards an end, or at the very least we're reaching the end of the stuff we could ask him about. Oh, get you, one of those young, look at me, I'm so far ahead types. And I say that, I, as a child, was one of those clever, ahead-of-the-class people. But even I have some level of resentment for the, oh yes, look at me, I'm 10 years old and studying at university, or oh, look at me, I'm 6 and taking my A-levels. I find it pretentious, and even though it's a celebration of academic success, it's not jealousy, it's just a slight irritation of, do you have to rub it in? Well, these are both true, the sad thing. But she wants to be a musician, and so we shall pursue that little line of answers. But, in fairness, with the Western education system, by the time you get to picking university, or finding a job or whatever, they say, well, what do you want to study? I don't know. Well, what's your passion? I don't know. I've not had time to develop a passion between all of the exams, the studying, the academic jumping through hoops, and the homework and all that shit. The Western education system is severely flawed. Oh, wow. Dick. I mean, I'm speaking harshly, but you're saying, oh yes, you have a dream, but I went to university when I was 10, so shut the fuck up. You know what? I now headcanon that his voice is basically Kellenvir, but without the echo. I am so down with that. Oh, wow. Just maximum dickery right here. Ryan Gosling, shut up and eat your cereal. Now, can we go and save, please? Ryan? Yes? You're a dick. Ah, yes. That worked out better than anticipated. And for fuck's sake, I want to end the episode. What now? Are you going to bring up another green conversation thing? No, we don't. Is anyone else going to is anyone else going to ask us about this? The conversation's wrapping back around to where it started. You're opening up a surprising amount considering you don't know this guy and he's incredibly ominous. Just throwing that out there, Ashley. I'm starting to get hungry now, and I have no right to be hungry because this is 25 to 12 at night. And now we're having a recap of stuff that we've already been recapped on twice and seen firsthand an additional third time on top of that. You make it sound like it's a regular occurrence. That's another thing I can mention about academia as well. In primary school, they teach you about the whole stop, drop and roll thing. Like, they teach you so casually, as if catching fire, like, as an individual, is going to be a regular occurrence in adult life. Okay. And I went quiet there because I've run out of words to say, because I want to end this episode and you won't let me. It's like Undyne all over again. Now, I wonder. Well, I mean, I don't wonder. I'm just food for the mind. Consider that a lady stole our bag, and yet the teddy bear that was in our bag is in the clutches of a decidedly young male individual. And now he's asking after that pendant, and he seems to have lost interest now that we've established that we don't have it with us. So does that suggest, perhaps, then, that the bag was stolen in order to take the pendant in the first place, but whoever's trying to get the pendant is constantly one step behind us? Just something to consider. And who's this with the voice? Oh, it's sassy, wiggle her hips, walk, and oh, she has a lady boner for him. Do I have an excuse for deducing that much from such a not much amount of dialogue? No, but it seemed evident enough, because I'm a judgmental asshole like that. But still, thank goodness your lady boner has swooped in to save us from the never-ending cutscene, with your heart container around the neck and the Sims diamond just above that. And apparently everyone has these music player things. I should put the battery in the music player at some point, but I don't know if we... No, we don't need more than one, because there wasn't space for more than one, was there? Oh god, why do I have to keep pursuing all these lines of dialogue? I don't want to make it seem like I don't enjoy playing this game, because I do enjoy it. It's just... I want to stop recording sometime soon so I can actually edit this so it can actually get up onto YouTube on time. Actually, so fucking obnoxious with my way of speaking. It's just... Because this is a visual novel, there's going to be walls and walls of text. That's something you have to be ready for. Oh good, we don't have to pursue it straight away. Well, that's good. So I have been and will continue to be Tessellating Hexagons. In the next episode, we will talk to her about her missing music player. Until then, I'm going to edit this and give my voice a rest, so, see you then.